It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits.
I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I feel alive. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I'm feeling right.
It's the Couch Chronicles, early mornings on the couch, that is. Every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Come catch a vibe with the couch. If you ain't gotta work, then you better keep your pajamas on. Get your tea, your coffee, whatever you drink, and whatever you smoke. Because Wednesdays and Fridays is the time to relax, chilling, vibing, you know. If you would like to be a live guest, if you in the Oklahoma City area, DM me now. Trust me when I say you don't want to miss this vibe. Are you feeling good? I'm feeling good. That's how you supposed to feel in the morning. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
I look like and feel like I'm $1,000,000. I'm feeling myself for real. I'm on my way. The way I walk looks like a dance. And baby, that's just how I feel. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I feel alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. I feel alive. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. Feeling alive. I'm feeling myself. I am.
Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I know I was supposed to be on at 9:30, but I actually, honestly, I'm so used to my hair being locked up that I didn't even know what to do this morning. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wake up and condition it. Because it's actually longer than this. It's just so drawn up that but it's all good. My neck feels better, and I got some good news and some bad news. The good news is I don't need another neck surgery or another back surgery. The bad news is every single one of my joints has severe arthritis, which is the reason why I'm going numb in some places, and it sucks. But today isn't about me. Today is about sickle cell talk. We do this every month on the couch, as well as autoimmune disease awareness. Hopefully this will give you some informative information to use and to learn. You know, some of these things I'm just now learning as I go. I lost a really good friend, Shaquanda Brown, from sickle cell, and she actually was supposed to be a guest a few weeks before she passed. So that red ribbon, that's for her and all the sickle cell warriors. So without further ado, let's give a moment of silence for the ones who didn't get a chance to make it here today for whatever reason. Let's give this moment to them. Okay. Sickle cell doesn't just attack women. It attacks men, women, children, black, white, brown, whatever color you are. It's more predominant in the African American community. Lupus, we talked about this yesterday, doesn't have a cure. But sickle cell now has a cure. And it also has a treatment that's so expensive. If you're not rich, then you might not be able to get it. So, but I mean, there are treatments that are so extensive that it can get rid of the sickle cell trait. Sickle cell is so unpredictable. It's honestly good for you as a sickle cell patient to let your friends and family know what to do, you know, how to react if you go into a crisis. because when you go into a crisis, you never know where you're going to be at. You never know who you're in front of. And if you have a friend that, you never told them that you have sickle cell, and then one day you guys are out and you have a crisis, they're not going to know what to do. They're going to immediately just call the ambulance. And by that time, it might be too late. If you tell them, school them, like, hey, if I ever have a episode or anything, this is what you do. It's good to give a to-do list to your people when, I don't care. Like, if you're going out with somebody, hey, send a text to somebody that's got your location on and say, hey, I'm going out. If anything happens to me, they're going to be calling this number last. You know what to do. Have a plan. Because when it comes to sickle cell, it's so unpredictable. You have to have a plan. You have to have something or someone in place to make sure that you survive. Because sometimes those crises, they could take everything out of you. And if you don't want to be depleted of all your energy, at least have someone that knows to shoot you with a pen if you got a pen, or give you your medication, or, say a certain word, anything. Just something to calm you down, because your environment can make you have a crisis. Definitely. Again, sickle cell, like I said, now has a cure. They got gene therapy, and they also got stem cell therapy. Now, I kind of briefly spoke about this the last time we did Sickle Cell Talk, but these are the treatments that they're using to actually get results. These are the treatments that they have actually found a cure. We spoke about it last month on the couch. It is very expensive. And if you are a brown person or even a minority person, when you don't make that much, or you don't even have insurance, or you got insurance but it barely covers anything, then it's harder for you to get the treatment, and it will be harder for you to get the cure. I say this all the time, but anybody that has a chronic illness, chronic pain, they should have free doctor's visits and medication, period. Sickle cell is also known as a disability. So if you have sickle cell and you're not getting a disability check, you might need to go look into that, because sickle cell is considered a disability. I'm sure you can get a handicap sticker. Not like it's fun to have these things, but it's more of a convenience for you, because when you have sickle cell, you don't want to do, exercises that make you, breathe real hard all the time, and, you can't catch your breath, because once it's harder to catch your breath, you can jump right into a crisis. So you don't want to do those things. Also, always pay attention to the changes in your body and the changes in your medication and what it does to you. Keep like a journal, because for sickle cell patients, like I said, everything is so unpredictable. Keeping a journal might help you keep track of the things that your body is going through. Maybe you have a bad memory because you're in a lot of pain. I know for me, I'm always in a lot of pain, so sometimes I forget to say something, or I want to say something, and so this is what you do. Start journaling everything that you're going through and everything that your body is feeling. Start journaling the times, the dates, even if it was just, okay, I had a good day. Journal that. Today I had a good day. Name some of the things that you did. That way you can keep track of the things that wasn't too hard on your body and that didn't drive you into a crisis. And then also keep track of the things that throw you into a crisis. What is it that triggers me into having a crisis? Is it my environment? Is it the people I'm speaking to? Grand Rising. Is it the people that I'm speaking to? Is it, we have to know. That's why, for one, I don't like to take a lot of pain medications, because I want to know exactly what's going on with my body, exactly where it's at, and how we could fix it. And I won't know if I'm taking all these medications and I'm so doped up. So with sickle cell, any type of medication that you take, no matter what it is, I don't care if they say that this is the cure. Keep track of the symptoms of it, how you feel, what it does to your blood pressure. You have to literally check everything off the list. Blood pressure, is it making your white blood cells, everything, seriously. Man. Also, to prevent blood clots, it's best to drink plenty of fluids. With sickle cell, your blood gets really, really thick. So staying hydrated can actually prevent your blood from being so thick. I know it gets, for one, my stomach gets sick sometimes when I drink water. And I know that sounds stupid to y'all, but I'm talking about, like, I gotta lay down, I'm so sick. So it's not always a good thing to drink water. Drink something that gives you energy. Not an energy drink, but something that will quench your thirst. And it's also, good for you. You can make your own smoothies. That's also staying with plenty of fluids in you. Also, avoid extreme heat and extreme cold. That's just like for anybody that has chronic pain as well. Anytime we're in the heat, it literally depletes our energy. Anytime we're in the cold, we literally feel it in our joints, each joint. It's not a good feeling. Everything feels tight, like I don't really know how to explain it. And you're never, ever, ever, never having sickle cell, you're never supposed to rapidly alternate between hot and cold. So if you're hot right now and you hurry up and run outside so you can cool off, you're not supposed to do that. That can actually throw you into a crisis. Some people don't know that. And, they'll think, like, again, this is why it's so important to have your friends and family a list of the things not to do and what to do if you ever go into a crisis. Like, say you have a crisis and you outside in the cold, and they hurry up and they run you inside, carrying your body to the heat. And they're now wondering why you're not coming out of your crisis. But it's because they actually added on to your crisis. They took you from the cold rain that you were in when you had your crisis and ran you inside of a warm room. That's not good for sickle cell patients at all. Avoid any triggers, vaping, smoking, alcohol. And I know sometimes these are the things that get us through the day. But when you have sickle cell, you have to think more so, do I want to survive or do I want to get high? Do I want to make it past 30 or do I want to make my drink dirty? You have to make a choice because you can't have both. You can't do treatment to get rid of sickle cell if you're throwing yourself into a crisis every time you get a chance by vaping, smoking, or drinking. If you want to survive, show us that you want to survive. I know a lot of people that do. But I also know a couple people that have sickle cell and they're always in the hospital, but I always see them drinking and I'm like, come on now. Like, I can only tell you so many times. I don't want nobody to say, you trying to be my mama. Although this might be a mama hairstyle, I'm not trying to be nobody's mother except for my stepson. That's it. That's it. Sickle cell is very serious. And if we don't talk about it and learn about it, and, even sickle cell patients, if you guys don't talk about it, then we won't really learn exactly what's going on. I don't believe that they have the true, anything online. I don't believe any of the information. I believe some of the information is true, but a lot of the information that is very true, we can get it from you who suffer, you who actually went through these things and had to deal with these doctors and nurses treating you like shit when they notice you have a disease. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It irritates my soul because I'm a patient myself with lupus, and anytime I go to the doctors always want to try to tell you what's wrong with you, and I get it. But when you're coming to them and you telling them exactly what's wrong, they gotta listen. Like, come on, y'all gotta listen to us. Sometimes I'm paying you to work for me when it comes to my health. I need you to make it make sense. Certain medications you're not supposed to have together. And if your doctor is a real good doctor, then they're going to look and see what medications don't go together, and they're going to give it to you, the ones that do go together. And they're going to tell you to stop taking the ones that don't go with it. High altitudes can send you into a crisis. Just like with lupus, you have to get confirmation and approval from your doctor, technically, to actually take a flight. Sickle cell patients as well. You can't go in high altitudes and think that you're going to be just fine. No, you have to get consent from your doctor because you never know when you might have a crisis. Sickle cell is like a ticking time bomb. You don't know what time it's left on. You don't know how much time it got before it explodes. But before that time, your body's preparing because it knows it's about to have a crisis. Sometimes you won't know till it's too late. You out partying with your friends and now you having a crisis. I know that sickle cell patients try to live their life like it's normal, but it's no longer normal. You have to make sure that you take all your medication. You have to make sure that you're not smoking, drinking. Especially if you want to be there for your family. Your family don't want to bury you. They want you to bury them. So, again, if you're looking to get on disability, make it easier for you. Like, stop working. If you have sickle cell, stop working. I'm sorry, but stop it. Because your health is way more important than clocking into that 9 to 5. Fill out your disability papers and get on disability. Seriously, it's no reason why you shouldn't be on disability. You know how many men and women in America right now have sickle cell. You know how many of them can afford the cure? Maybe not even 75% of them. The things that we can do to help prevent sickle cell, I say this all the time, is share your story, tell your story. I don't ever like to compare sickle cell to lupus or vice versa because they're two different diseases, but they both can be very deadly. With sickle cell, before they found a cure, it was like you hope and pray that you make it past 30. My friend, they told her she would never make it past 30, and she did. Even though she died shortly after her birthday. Start remembering, recognizing, and speaking You know, if you know anybody that has sickle cell, get to know it, learn it through them, talk to them. Because there's too many people that are in America that don't have any idea what sickle cell is, or what it can do, or even how to look for the sickle cell trait, or even no one is caring enough to check their partner or whoever they're screwing to make sure that they have the correct genes to not have a baby that have sickle cell. If you are genuinely into someone, you should know everything about their sperm and where it comes from. Seriously. If that's what you want to be with this man, you need to know if he has a sickle cell trait. And you also need to know if you do too. Which 9 times out of 10, if you have a sickle cell trait, you will know growing up. Like, you will be told, these are the things that your parents and your doctors will school you on. So because you know that you have the sickle cell trait, if you learn that at an early age, when you get older, that should show you or teach you to watch who you screw and check them up. And don't just check for STDs, but check and see if they have the sickle cell trait too. Because if the condom accidentally busts and you end up getting pregnant, you may have the trait and he may have the trait, and your baby now has sickle cell. Start caring enough to check people out. I know we're not in a rush to have sex that bad, are we? No, really, are we? We got to do better. And we can do better. It's simple. I'm not saying stop having babies. I'm not saying that. Have as many babies as you want to. All I'm saying is make sure that if you carry the sickle cell trait, that you not only teach your children about carrying a sickle cell trait, but you also watch who you're having sex with and if they carry the sickle cell trait. I know I say that all the time on the couch, but you can now pick exactly how you want your baby. Seriously. Not like you couldn't have did it before, because you actually could have, but it will be your own way, not through medical shit, but you can do it. If you have sickle cell, shout out to you for continuing to be a warrior. If we've lost someone, I love you and thank you for being that warrior that you were when you were here. When you were here. We do everything we can in this life to be the greatest that we can be. And then a disease would take us out, or an infection, or after we've overcame so much, now all of a sudden lupus have taken over, or sickle cell took over. Sickle cell is a fight that we all have to fight. If your friend has sickle cell, you do everything you can to be there for him or her. Because it's not easy. In any type of autoimmune disease or sickness, it gets lonely. It gets lonely when you're dealing with the pain and you only have your immediate circle, like maybe just your husband or your wife and kids. And you don't really have too many people around you because you stop hanging around people because you always sick, or you always hurting, or you don't want to feel like a party pooper. And I know that's how I feel sometimes. So I can only imagine with sickle cell, you know, how hard it is to go out with your friends and family and go kick it without having to worry about if you're going to have a crisis. Just make sure that anybody that you know or that you're around or that you're hanging out with, make sure that they know exactly what to do in the midst of a crisis. And you also journal it. Journal it that way. If you carry a small journal with you, you know, when you have these type of issues and you have to always document stuff, if you carry around this little journal with you, you know, you could tell your friends, hey, if anything ever happened to me, look into my journal. It'll tell you everything that you need to do and everything that you need to know, all the doctors and people that you need to call, what hospital I can and can't go to. Like, be very specific. Because if you end up in a hospital that you ain't used to, number one, it might be out of your network. I know these is things that we probably shouldn't be caring about, but I care about it. When it's out of your network, baby, it's going to be way too expensive. Okay? That ambulance ride, oof, baby, expensive. When it could have took less than that. It could have took whoever's around you and that knows how to handle a crisis. They could have put you in their truck, drove you to the ambulance for free. Drove you to the hospital for free and got you looked at. You got to have a plan, no matter what. And anybody that has any type of autoimmune disease, sickle cell, any chronic illnesses, if you know that you're a ticking time bomb, get life insurance. Get life insurance because you never know when your time is done. But you don't want your time to be done and your kids and family don't know how to bury you because they don't got the money. And then they got to wait weeks and weeks and weeks to the very last day of your body being preserved for them to come do something. Then they got to cremate you. If you genuinely care about your family and you want them to make sure that you good and they good, you got to do it now. You got to do it now because we never know when our time is over. Never know. If you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 8 Central Time and every Wednesday and Friday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Make sure you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Apple, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, Big O, Threads, Favorite It, Fanbase, Lemonade. Did I say everything? Probably so. Also, my main YouTube, Instagram, and my .com, which is THARealJANELL. And if you're in the Oklahoma area, just make sure that June the 16th is voting time. Make sure that you vote for Connie Johnson for your next governor. I'm super excited. Y'all know she is the queen of marijuana. Okay? She's the reason why marijuana is even able to be medically sold out here. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Connie Johnson. We stand with you from the couch. It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the morrow. Love y'all.